Hello, all, and welcome back to Learning with Jelly. So, today we are on lesson 5 of module 3. Lesson 4 was our introduction to lists. Exactly what is the syntax of a list and what are some properties that we can consider with lists. And today we're going to talk about indexing lists. And this is going to be similar to the indexing stringed lesson that we had in module 2. So, let's look at our agenda for today. So our agenda is going to define indexing, and we're going to be indexing a list as well as looking at negative indexing. So indexing is grabbing a certain item or item's position from a list. And it's useful when we want to subset a collection or perform certain methods on certain items. And we saw that when we did for loops, how you can say, if the number is even, do this. If the number is odd, do this. If the item has this unique letter in it or identifier, do this, else do that. So indexing is very important when we want to pull out a subset from a collection. So indexing always starts at 0. As we said in module 2, you can index from the beginning of the list or at the end. And if pulling out a subset, that is called slicing, and it's going to be up to but not including the last number. And we're going to see that just like we saw in module 2. So this is an example. We have a list and it's equal to 12 PC 52. Remember that lists are surrounded by brackets and they can have different data types. So in this case, we have an integer, but PC is considered a string. So the second item would be PC. The second item is the first index because we start at 0. So 12 is at the 0th position, PC is at the first position, and 52 is at the second position. So let's pull out the second item. So we're going to say list, and we're going to put a 1 here, and we get out PC because that is our first index. All right. It says it wants to pull the first and second item from the same list. So in this case, we want to pull 12 in PC. So 12 is at 0, PC is at 1. But we always go one past where we want to stop at because it's up to and not including. So we're going to do a subset to start at the 0th index but ends at this second. And then it will return up to, but not including the second. So in this case, we have lists. We start at 0 to 2, and we get 12 in PC. Up to, but not including 2. Okay? Alrighty. And so after that, in this case, let's go on to the next one. If it lets me switch momentarily. We can also do negative indexing, and negative indexing doesn't start at 0. It starts at 1. So I know it can get very confusing, but 84 is the negative 1. Mac is the negative 2, etc. So we are going to pull the last item from this list and we are going to do negative 1. And in this case, we get 84. And that's our negative indexing. So once again, this last example is an example of slicing. We want to pull the second to the 5th items. So in this case, I want to pull PC and I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 84. So I'm going to go up to Linux. Okay. So let's do LS3. Where we want to start is PC. PC is the second item, but the first index because we start at 0. And we want to go up to 84. So we have to go one past 84. So this is the 0th index, the first, the second, the third, the 4th, the 5th. So we are going to go to 5. And here we get PC all the way up to 84. So in summary, lists are collections that can be indexed. The indexing starts at 0. And you also can do negative indexing to pull items from the back of the list. So that is all. Thank you for tuning in with Learning with Jelly. We're going to continue to dive into lists for lesson 6. As always, if you want to follow along, the link to the GitHub is in the description below for you to clone down these notebooks and practice. Thank you so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe.